this week I decided to do another art journal spread, and spoiler alert, I really struggled with this one, but I wanted to share it because I feel like in the end, it ends up turning out much better. But I'm giving those of you who have not seen any of my videos before a little bit of a heads up. Don't give up too soon. And I really hope that you learn something from my mistakes, and possibly this video will make you feel better about your own struggles. So please stick with me, laugh with me, and enjoy this struggling journey with me. I was inspired by a Pinterest image that I saw. It was a face that was drawn onto a piece of sheet music. I was inspired mostly by the colors. They were colors that I would not typically have chosen to use, but really liked the way it looked. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna stretch myself here and just use that as inspiration. So I am not necessarily the greatest face artist, so I'm going to start out on a piece of tissue paper. And it's been a while since I have sketched a face, so we'll see how this turns out. Get my little eyes centered. Make sure I've got those where I want them. Get the pupil centered. Some eyebrows. I hate drawing eyebrows. I just always feel like they're wrong. Anyway, so then I'm going to scratch in this little nose with some nostrils and my lips. Nice, big, fat, luscious lips. Bringing in her cheeks a little bit so she isn't so round-faced. Yeah, well, that'll do. Go ahead and scratch in some iris lines, because I'm probably not going to want to try and paint those in later. And then giving her a little bit thicker outline on her eyes, you know, like almost like she's got eyeliner on, I guess, here. Once I'm satisfied with her, I'm going to just cut this out, and then I will apply this with some matte medium, and that way it'll look like I just sketched her face right on here. So when I'm using tissue like this, I start with one end and just kind of spread it out. That helps make sure it doesn't get wrinkled. Anyway, perfect. I've pulled out some different greens and reds. I don't know that I really have the exact colors that she has, but I don't know that that matters. I'm going to just start getting some of the color on here, and I want it to be somewhat messy, which clearly I'm doing a fine job of that. And get some green. I'm not sure I like this green, but I'm going with something a little bit darker maybe. I think the green is really much brighter than I wanted. I think this color here is a little bit closer to what hers was, but anyway, I'm just really throwing the colors on. I don't really have any kind of composition. I'm just playing. I don't know if I was just having an off day, but I was really struggling. It was like I kind of felt like I knew what I wanted, but I was really having a hard time. So this page continued to get worse and worse as I went along, but I was bound and determined to finish this page. You know, feel the fear and do it anyway. But I really wanted to just keep going. You know, my philosophy is you can always fix it. So don't stop, don't give up, just keep going. So if I'm going to preach that to other people, then I have to be willing to do it myself. And so I am haphazardly slapping colors down. I'm in love with these butterfly stencils here. I'm trying to do some reverse stenciling and pull the color out. It really doesn't work right. So that was disappointing. So I'm moving over to the face now. I feel like that because I'm not quite feeling it. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the face. And I'm just getting a little bit of some flesh color going here. And she needs a neck, doesn't she? There's nothing more creepy than a head floating out in the middle of space, so I figured I'd give her some support. So in retrospect, I probably should have just gone a complete different direction here. It's pretty clear the colors are not blending well, and I'm just slapping it down like I have no concept of what it really means to be creative. Oh, I'm sorry, this is funny, but I knew this was kind of a disaster waiting to happen. But you know, you got to just keep going. Don't give up. Just keep going, and usually you can fix it. So I'm like, okay, these colors are not doing it for me. I'm gonna start putting something else in here and give your eyes something else to look at. And this wasn't helping at all. This is funny. Watching this, I remember when I was doing this process and it felt wrong, and I knew it was not going well, but this is one of those times when you think, I'm really not that creative. I'm sorry, I keep laughing at myself. I almost feel sorry for me because I'm laughing at me. Okay, but don't give up on me, because I really do think that I redeemed myself. Maybe I should cut some of this out of the video. So I'm grabbing gesso now because I'm thinking to myself, all right, look, I need to push back some of this other color. This red's not doing it. Everything's red. And I'm thinking, okay, now wait a minute. This might be pretty cool. This might do it. Here I'm actually wanting to bring some of the greens out because there's just way too much red on this page. So I'm coming in with the green and going to lay that on top of the gesso that I just laid down. I don't know, it's starting to look a little bit better though. And I think I'm feeling a little encouraged that there may be some hope, just maybe. And then I grabbed this pink tissue. I have no idea where I was going with this, but it did not help. I really think that the red was just too red. And so I really just wanted to push this back a bit. And for some reason, I thought pink was the answer to this. And at what point I could have said, stop, get this off of here. It's really not helping. But I didn't. All right, so I'm going to pull out the texture paste. And so I go back to these butterflies because those didn't work out the way I thought they would before. And we're going to see what we can do with this. I will say that, you know, if you're ever doing something and just not feeling like things are going your way or what you're envisioning, how this is going to turn out, don't be discouraged. It's not just you. It happens to all of us. And I think that really what you have to do is just remember, I'm having fun. I'm playing with my art materials and this is fun. So remember, it's not going in the Louvre. This is something that we're doing for enjoyment. We don't have to produce a masterpiece every time we do a project. And just remind yourself that, this is supposed to be fun. And I was having fun. There is no doubt. Just being perfectly honest, it was frustrating because things were not going the way I thought they should. And I kept saying, it's just getting busy. It's getting too busy. But I'm a trooper. I'm going to stick in there and see if I can't get this. So just when I think once again that I might be getting somewhere, I've kind of pushed back some of that, I decide to pull out some inks, and again, does not go the way I planned. It's just, I was not feeling it. I'm having so much fun with this lady's face that I don't really care what the rest of it looks like, and are really kind of proud of how she's turning out and beginning to feel that this spread is not lost. So this is where I make the big shift. I have realized that it is not going well. So I am going to give her some hair, and I'm taking the sheet music again and just cutting out some strips of locks of hair to get in here, and really no big plan, but I know she needs some hair, and I've got to take the focus away from everything that went on behind it. And I'm still not 100% sure that this is going to work out the way that I believe that it's going to, but I'm determined. I feel like once I get these pieces down and kind of in position to what I believe I want, will work out nicely. So I'm putting strips over strips because I believe that's going to give a little bit more definition, to look like there are different chunks of hair on top of the others, and I'm pretty convinced that this is going to work. I'm going to get all the pieces secured in place. Give her some wispy bangs. That's what she needs. It's looking good. I like this. I'm going with it. I think that's exactly what she needed, because now this just sets her face off from everything else, and she doesn't look like she's gotten swallowed up by a bunch of creepy green and pink flowers. Once I get her all glued down, the magic will happen. So I've got my Stabilo all, and I am just outlining each little area of hair, and it really just already starts popping out what I've done here with these different layers of sheet music. And I'm really getting excited because this is really redeeming this piece of art for me and giving her such a sweet, demure look, and really softened her face and everything about this page. Because this is water soluble, I'm going in with a damp brush and bringing the shadows and outline to life. Oh my gosh, I'm just so excited. This is what it should feel like. All of a sudden, I'm back to being artistic. This is great. And I've trimmed up the edges, and then I'm going to get in there and just do a little bit more detail. It's amazing to me how much that the hair has really just pulled your eyes away from the background. The background looks much better at this point. It's still messy in my eyes, but it doesn't bother me as much. I'm okay with it now. And at this point, just really feeling so much more satisfied with what I've ended up here, because I was beginning to feel somewhat discouraged. My saying for this spread is, if you stumble, make it part of the dance. And don't forget that we all stumble. We all do things at times that don't turn out quite the way we thought, and that's okay. Just remember to make it part of the dance. Enjoy the process, but don't give up. This video will be a good example of endurance. No, determination. I'm not really sure. Okay, but a very good example of sticking with it and seeing that you can redeem yourself. You can pull something out of disaster. I'm not kidding you guys. I don't know what was wrong with me, but everything I touched was just not going the way I was envisioning it. I love doing this intuitively and just letting things flow, and that's what I'm trying to do. But it was a struggle. I can't tell you how many times I wanted to stop, glue these 2 pages together, and just move on. But I just couldn't give up. And then the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to splash some little watered down white paint on this. Just give it a little finishing touch. Once again, thank you for sticking with me on this project, because it was a challenge for me and hard to post. But I think in the end, I'm happy with how she turned out. Don't forget to like, and if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. We'll see you next time.